Feeling upset when talking to your parents isn't because you hate or dislike them, nor is it because you're impatient or irritable with them. In fact, it's a conditioned, subconscious response. These people were often repressed and denied by their parents when they were young, causing them to continue to harbor feelings of worthlessness. They always like to complain about life's trivialities in front of you, and don't hesitate to quarrel. Such feelings slowly accumulate in your subconscious. As you grow up, as long as you interact with your parents, your subconscious will initiate a self-protection mechanism and take the initiative in the form of impatience and irritation. However, every time you lose your temper, you'll feel particularly guilty when you see your parents' expressions, believing that you're not being dutiful to them. This will cause you great mental fatigue. Parents complaining to their children is essentially a transfer of pain, which is extremely dangerous. For example, parents constantly talk about how hard they work and how difficult life is, or they shout about poverty in front of their children and constantly emphasize that it's not easy to earn money. When children want to buy something, they blame other children for their ignorance, crying over them and scolding them. Moreover, when parents are under a lot of pressure, they say, "If it weren't for you, I would have bullied you a long time ago." They always like to say bad things about their children's other half. This kind of blind complaint makes it easy for children to bear a lot of emotional pressure as they grow up and develop an anxious personality. One manifestation of this is that they force themselves to eat, even if it doesn't taste good. They buy a box of apples and won't eat them unless they are rotten. They will eat one rotten apple at a time, and then eat a box of all the rotten apples. And then they will say how they know how to appreciate food, and they will find it sick if they are not sick. They save $3 or $5 and spend an additional $300 or $500. Then they say, "Look, I'm impressed with the money I saved." In reality, they only care about whether they want it or not, and they don't consider whether the children want it or not. After paying, they morally blackmail the children, demanding rewards, demands, and control. Children can easily agree to requests they don't want to under this guilty mood. In such situations, we must learn to change, tell ourselves that these things are in the past. Try to express and communicate with our parents and embrace the child in our hearts. You must understand that your parents' happiness or unhappiness is caused by the many choices they made. The problem is ultimately their lack of awareness. You don't have to pay for their mistakes, nor do you feel guilty about them. Only when you are in a good mood can you have more energy to love your parents. If you talk to your parents,